we got to be baddie. You can be a bad. Listen, being a baddie is about being financially responsible. Listen, listen, get your money up, not your funny up. All right, is all I'm saying. You could be a baddie, but I think being a baddie comes from the fact when you're like financially stable. You know what I'm saying? I think I would be more impressed by a girly who is financially stable and fucking slays the house down. You know what I'm saying? I think that shit is a baddie. If you are just like material girl and spending on a bunch of random shit and saying girl math, you know, like that's not a baddie. That's girl fail, in my opinion. Okay, I think being responsible and normal and if anything, being ahead of the curve basically is like, that's girl boss. That's a baddie. For real. To be broke with good fashion sense is silly. I think being broke with good fashion sense is not good, in my opinion. You can have a good fashion sense and just not be broke and kill that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be good. I'm the ultimate girl fail. Sorry, bestie. No, you can fix that. You can fix that, bestie. You need to fix that. And you can. I believe that you can. That's the other thing. All these people being like, oh no, but I can't save money. Girl, fix it. Just save money. And I'm not saying cut out the lattes. I'm not saying like don't buy your daily Starbucks. Don't get your daily coffee, because if that gets you through the fucking day, that's fine. If that is part of your daily ritual and it makes you feel good, then that's fine. The whole point being is that all you have to do is just spend on things that matter to you. And sure, sometimes, like, I'll say this much. Honestly, if you want to be a girl boss, and you don't care that much about fashion, you don't need to spend that much money about fashion. You know what I'm saying? Whoa? I thought we all had no social lives. What do you mean? No. I like to make sure that everyone has I think everyone should have a social life to some extent. I think that's something that I'm having a hard time balancing right now. But at the same time, like, I think everyone should be able to have like a decent amount of close friends, an okay social life, and you guys can be normal. You know what I mean? I think the biggest thing that I want more than anything, and if you guys can say like, no, I'm not, like, it's so hard. No, I want, if there's anything that I would want out of any sort of outclaw, is for you guys to be as normal as fucking possible. Like, I want you to be able to go outside and have friends and do really cool things and experience life in a way that is just so like fulfilling. And that is the most that I could ever ask for as an outclaw. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. I don't have friends because all of them are fakes and backstabbers, so it's just me, myself, and I. No, that just means that you are made friends with bad people. And if you made friends with bad people, that equally as much so means that there are still good people around. You know what I mean? So it's wholeheartedly like, and I'll say this that much. You know, I've talked to a lot of different people in my past too. Like, there's a lot of people who I just will never speak to again. And there are a lot of people who I've just, like, you know, on occasion, or I'm just fallen out of contact with. And it's like, there are still an equal amount of people out there who are looking to make genuine friendships with one another, and they themselves will, you know, you can grow to a point where you will probably even take a bullet for them. I have that for myself, and I'm very appreciative of the people I have within my life. And that is to say, it's not going to happen immediately. You grow up, you have a long life to live, and you will find those people eventually. Yeah, you don't lose friends, you just learn who the real ones are. That is very true. You spend time with a lot of people, and eventually you come to realize, like, these are the people who I'd want to spend a lot of time with. Yeah, so there you go. Man, be the supportive bestie vibes. I think it's important. I think a lot of people don't have that bestie in their lives. You know what I'm saying? Something I realize is, like, there's a lot of the time, people just don't have that very vocal supportive bestie in their lives. And that's something that I also kind of lack something for the most part, just because I don't pipe up as much either. You know, I don't talk about my feelings nearly as much with a lot of other people, like with the people around me, because I feel like I'm a burden. And it sucks that it is something that is the way that I feel like 90% of the time. And it's something that I want to preach that is not what you should do. Like, wholeheartedly, if people want to listen to you and people want to hear you out, they will offer that support. And I'm glad that some people do tend to reach out to me when I just don't feel very good. So that is to say, like, obviously I feel the way that I do. And more often than not, I would love to be able to be supported in that way emotionally, or feel supported in a way and feel emotionally recognized. And sure, sometimes like I like to be goofy funny. I think at the end of the day, that is something that I want to be. It's always be entertaining, have fun with everybody. But at the same time, if I'm able to offer the space in which that people can feel comfortable and emotionally heard at the very least, or just having their feelings validated in some way, shape, or form, and can then tackle their day knowing that there is at least someone behind them, albeit, you know, I am just a streamer, a VTuber on the internet that you guys happen to enjoy watching, and I'm glad that you guys have a good time with me, can take those words with them and just go off and do cool and new things, right? Job interview changes brain chemistry. That is true, actually. Like, once you start okay, for anyone who's like above the age of like fucking 18, like, I'll be honest, like once you start interviewing for jobs and stuff like that, and then you just keep doing it constantly, it's like you do have a point at which it just becomes super fucking easy. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of different things. Like for me, it was like interviewing a lot for like research purposes, for job purposes, for all these different things. You know what I mean? Like once you get into the flow of being able to talk about yourself and just like sell yourself in a way that is, you know, oh my God, we should hire you. It is infinitely easier for you to be a lot more confident with yourself and just taking things like one step at a time. Sure, I still have like a lot of bouts with like imposter syndrome, and sometimes I feel like I still don't feel like I deserve to be here. But at the same time, it's a matter of now I'm in this position, I have to make the most of it, and I'm more than happy to really put in the work to do all these different things and be entertaining and try to build myself and grow as a person. So hey, you know, I'm still not someone who's perfect by any means. I'm still growing, and I'm still like, even if I'm not scared of a lot of different things, I still have to do my best to still overcome the things that are still in front of me, you know? So, hey, speaking of job interviews, do you have advice for what to expect for a third round interview? Haven't done 2 interviews in this position, like how to make it count above the first 2. I don't know what field you're in, and that's the hard part. I don't know what field you're in, and I can only really speak on like maybe like 2 or 3 fields at most, but for the most part, all I'll say is, hey, you just really need to seal the deal that they want to hire you. At this point in time, if they're giving you 3 interviews, they seem to be pretty interested in your skills. They seem to be pretty interested in your technical ability. So what is the selling point for the 3rd interview at that point? It's quite literally just, you know, you have the ability to, we kind of like your personality. At the end of the day, what is the deciding factor of why we should hire you, right? Do you want to be here? Do you like the product that you're doing? Do you need this job? Do you know, a lot of people don't pass. Trust me when I say like 3 interviews is hard. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't make that point. You know what I mean? So even getting past round 1 is an accomplishment on its own. So you like 3rd round interviews are almost always about sealing the deal. You really got to make it a point where it's like, shit, I'm in. You know what I mean? You want to keep me.